Have you ever wondered what battle marked the turning point in the war against Hitler in Russia? It's a complex question. The tide of the war didn't turn overnight. It was a gradual process shaped by several key battles and strategic decisions. Firstly, consider the Battle of Stalingrad, a grueling conflict that stretched from 1942 to 1943. This battle was a brutal urban war that lasted almost half a year, culminating in a significant Soviet victory. The Soviet forces successfully encircled and annihilated the German Sixth Army, inflicting over 1 million casualties on the Axis powers. The Battle of Stalingrad was a heavy blow to German morale and ended their eastward advance. It marked a significant psychological shift in the war, showcasing the USSR's unwavering determination and ability to launch successful counter-offensives. Before we move on to the Battle of Kursk, let's take a visual journey back to Stalingrad. On your screen now, you'll see a map of Stalingrad during the time of the battle. The city was divided into several key areas, each representing a significant point of conflict. Notice the areas marked in red. These were the zones of the most intense fighting. The Mamayev-Kurgan Hill, the city's railway stations, factories, and the residential areas were all scenes of brutal combat. This map gives us a stark visual representation of the scale and intensity of the battle, further emphasizing the strategic importance of Stalingrad in the larger context of the war. Fast forward to the summer of 1943, the Battle of Kursk took center stage. This enormous tank battle involved over 3.6 million troops and 6,000 tanks. Despite initiating the offensive, the German forces suffered a critical defeat. The battle exposed their dwindling resources and weakened their capacity to launch large-scale offensives. The Battle of Kursk effectively ended German hopes of regaining the initiative on the Eastern Front and set the stage for the Red Army's subsequent advances into Eastern and Central Europe. Let's take a closer look at the strategic layout of Kursk during this pivotal battle. On your screens now, you see a map of Kursk, painstakingly recreated to represent its state in the summer of 1943. The highlighted areas represent the key zones of conflict, where the fiercest tank battles took place. Pay close attention to the German offensive lines and the Soviet defensive structures. Notice the strategic positioning of the Red Army ready to encircle the German forces. This strategic overview provides a clearer understanding of how the Battle of Kursk unfolded and why it was such a crushing defeat for the Germans. However, the turning of the tide against Hitler was not solely due to these two significant battles. Other factors played a key role in this shift. For instance, despite the destruction inflicted by the Germans, the USSR managed to relocate and expand its industrial base, outproducing German war materials in the later stages of the war. Additionally, partisan warfare behind German lines disrupted supply lines, inflicted casualties, and contributed to declining morale. Not to forget the crucial role of Allied aid. American and British material and logistical support, particularly the Lend-Lease supplies, were pivotal for the Red Army's success. To sum it up, it was the combination of Soviet resilience, strategic adaptation, and Allied support that ultimately turned the tide against Hitler on the Eastern Front. While the battles of Stalingrad and Kursk stand as powerful symbols of this shift, the broader context of war demands our attention when analyzing the turning point. Each element, each battle, and each decision contributed to the intricate tapestry of this historical milestone.